I've had my mic on this entire time, and I haven't noticed. Well, that's one thing I need to fix, isn't it? Yeah. Hello! That is tiny, that is hilariously tiny. Hang on, I gotta fix that right now. It needs to be... that will explain it. There we go. Expect problems and issues today. It feels as if the music could be louder. It also feels as if there's something not quite right with my game settings here. There we go. Yeah, there might be issues, like Landy said. This is my first stream since I've reformatted my PC. There might be issues, there probably will be. You have to be a bit more patient than usual. It won't all be smooth sailing, it won't all be perfect. Just expect some weird things to happen from time to time, like my wheel deciding to not set to the centering spring that I want. Why is this happening? Because I never set it up. Centering spring 22%. There's my sweet spot. Oh yeah, there we go. All that matters is I've still got a PC. That is true. I mean, it could have been the case that I completely ruined everything, and that was a possibility. Very slim chance of that happening, but it was possible. Check my microphone peaking. That is an issue. And that can be sorted in my recording devices, because I know what the exact problem is. Yep. There we go, that should be much better. We should now be running on my usual settings. This is the stuff you guys never ever normally sees. The little bits of faffery with just trying to get everything to run and properly. You're late? No, you're not, Lewis or Louis. We've only just started. And, for those of you just tuning in, expect weird issues today. It was winter in the last Thornton stream. This is basically going to be a case of I'm doing what I was going to do yesterday in the video that I had planned for yesterday that never got recorded, that never went up. This is basically yesterday's video that I'm going to do. Without any of the roleplay stuff. And so the plan for yesterday's video was we'd bring it into early spring. we'd... and I'm making a couple of adjustments to just suit the stream a bit better. The plan was we'd get Courseplay going on this thing, we'd start plowing the fields, and I'd move the Pantera off camera with quick cuts, and claim that it was Trent or whatever I've called him. You know who it really is. But that grand review is going to be in time. But this is still work that needs to be done. What's happening with Pemberlin? I don't know. That's the simple answer, is I don't know what's happening with Pemberlin. I'm still trying to decide. I've got a few ideas. A few things that I could do. Oh yeah, vehicle extensions installed now. That's going to need a change. Yeah, gonna have to fiddle with some things. Pemberlin is probably gonna go soon. Thing is, I'll need to find a map to replace it. It won't be Orchard. I have plans for Orchard Farm. But Pemberlin, yeah, that's probably gonna go fairly soon. I am not 100% decided on what, if anything, is going to replace Pemberlin. Well, something will replace this, just it's just I haven't decided what, and I'd need to set the map up, and I don't know. I'm hoping, ideally, it's going to be a European map that's not Goral. Rafal, if you're watching, no offense, it's nothing against the map, I'd like something different. Am I playing this field after? Yes. How soon will Orchard Farm be going? Probably next week. It's going to be going up on Sundays or Saturdays. I haven't 100% decided which day yet. But it's going to be going up at the weekend. And simple answer is it's not going up this week because I still need to set everything up. Kendall Farm's British NHF. I said I want a European map, as in German or French or Italian or Spanish or something like that. I don't want to do nothing but British maps. I want to do something different. Europe would be nice. America would be nicer, but I know you guys wouldn't really like it too much. Hello, Zach. And Ace4, hello. If you're enjoying the stream today, guys, because I think, already, I've got all the breathing issues sorted. Check out Hinterland. Lewis, could you put a link to that? Number one, have you tested it? And if you have, put a link to that in the mod suggestions room in Discord. Hello, Fahi. Everything's up and running again. And I was using GE last night, which was kind of the one of the first indications, was not the first, but one of the first, that something wasn't quite right with my PC. Using GE last night, and I said, hang on. Or I was using it last week, and I said, hey, these saves are taking a while now. They're taking 10 minutes now. That's not right. I was using GE last night, and as Matt just pointed out, my saves now take 5 seconds from like 5 minutes or 10 minutes in some cases. Commonly on my own map the saves were like 3 minutes. And while, you know, that'll be fine, generally speaking, when you're making a map you want to be saving a lot, because you'd never know when giant servers are just going to up and crash. Hello, Grant. And who else said hi? I can't see it. Wonderful. Hello to everybody else that said hi. Very small, lonely knife fields. That's... I'll have a look at it, Lewis. For sure. Hello, Brad. King Brad of the Brads. But yeah, I didn't just reformat my PC. I did do some maintenance. So I don't know if you guys remember, but before I did all the reworking and all that kind of stuff, I was saying that, oh, my front USB panel's falling out. Oh, my front USB panel's broken. I fixed that with super glue. It's now super glued into the case. And that worked. Hello, Luke. Could you relink that Dutch map that you linked in Discord? Was it last week? That'd be awesome. Because that did look like a good map. It just wasn't really something suited to multiplayer because Selby. Where is the... Aha. Your interview went well, but you didn't get the job. That... Okay, then. Hello, Tommy. Sorry, oh, dear. How should... Ooh. Now, why is this happening? I'm not the only one that got issues there, am I? Hello, Kian. I am checking for internet issues right now because I did see the stream going up and down several times there. So I'm just making sure that everything's running correctly. And roughly speaking it is. I was confused because the stream went up and down multiple times. It went crazy. No? It went up and down on my end, and YouTube was telling me it went up and down. Are you telling me YouTube lied to me? Hello, Laura. You're sad. Why are you sad, Mad Train Driver? All seems fine for you? Hello, Wooden Leg. He's buffering on your end as well. Yeah. It's straight up and down for me. I might have to do something to the router because it is starting to act up in a big way of late. Which is this point? That might be something to do with it. That might be something to do with it indeed. My Wi-Fi adapter and receiver was actually pointed in the wrong direction entirely. Hello, Airsoft DK. What's on the agenda? We're plowing. We're doing some field work at long last. Why is this the... Like Landy says, get on that like spike. Let's try and get at least 50 likes now, guys. We got links in the Discord. Thank you very much, Loke. Appreciate it. Because that map you sent did look really, relatively good at least. And I want to have a decent look at it myself. Just, yeah, reasons, basically. And it does seem like the somewhat predictable map slowdown is happening. You're Brazilian, Mr. Lion official. Either that or you are Brazil. You are the entirety of Brazil, Mr. Lion. That's rather impressive, I must admit. It eye drops in 3 times a day and now you sprained your ankle. Scott, what have you been doing to yourself? Well, Dave, how are you put the Healy Race voice onto that? What? Hello, Philip Wilson. Howie now, Chris. I have been up for a while, so I'm not drinking coffee today. Not with my usual gimmick that's basically Landy's gimmick. I've got my true gimmick. Manly cup of manliness. Full of tea that I made like an hour ago, but it's still good. I am not good at ploughing, it seems. Hello, Eddie. Massey lover. Sorry if I'm missing stuff that you say out, guys. Chat is moving at a decent pace today. And glitching. You've been eating the coffee today. How long have you been up, Landy, and what's gone wrong? Also, I'm using the IRC chat plugin for XSplit today, so if it starts going weird, that's why. The HTML one just doesn't seem to want to work at the moment. Now, if all else fails, I can always... I've got so many options. I can use a CSS plugin to a browser. Mr. Ryan, I hope that was a typo. You've been up since 1:30, just feeling pretty tired. I've been awake since like 11:30 this morning. I was awake before noon, up before noon, had a breakfast, played some Assetto Corsa, came down, had a second breakfast effectively, because I was still feeling hungry. And then I pretty much started setting up about an hour or so ago. It's one of the longest setups I've had in a while, because it's just been a case of I need to make sure everything works and everything's running. Hello, Patio90402. How are you doing today? Did we all miss me over the week? I'm sorry that I had to cancel the streams on yesterday and Wednesday, but my PC needed repairs. It needed to be fixed, so I really did have to. I've been up since 7:30, I have to go to bed at 2:30. Fahy, that's your own fault. What's the best racing sim you can get for your money and you want it for drifting? For drifting, you'd probably be best off looking at Assetto Corsa. If you're wanting to do... well, actually, pretty much as a good starting point for racing sims. Assetto Corsa is a good place to start. Mad Train Driver, you know full well this is the role-play map, and I'm not going to buy tractors completely willy-nilly. There has to be a good reason for it. So I'm not using the Ford pack here. For now, at least. Hello, Etho. How are you doing today? I should say, by the way, I was doing a bit of off-camera work here the other day. First time in a while I've actually done off-camera work. And I checked how much wood chips we have on this map. It's broken the 100,000 litre mark. We have over 100,000 litres of wood chips. Gonna get a chippy. Very nice, Scott. I'm kind of jealous, I'll be honest. But if you are enjoying the stream today, guys, hit the like button. Does mean a lot to me when you do. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We are headed and well on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We are less than 90 subscribers away. We're at 88 right now. Let's see if we can bring that number down even farther today. Let's see if we can get to... let's go for the quarter point here. Let's go to 4,000. Let's see if we can get to 4,925 subscribers today. What is Discord? It's like TeamSpeak, only it's more text-based than voice-based. It's also free, which is a nice price point for people who don't make a lot of money. Hey, Gamer Dragon. Will I do ETS2 for 5,000 subs? I've got my 5,000 subscriber stream already planned out. It's gonna straight up replace one of the multiplayer streams because it's gonna be on the server. And I'm gonna do a couple of special things during it. I'm gonna have to start arranging the special things because it'll take a small bit of preparation, but it's not gonna be a case of I'll have 73 million guests. Whoever's there can pop in. It's gonna be the general multiplayer kind of thing. The 5,000 sub special will be on Saturday and Sunday. Will I ever do a 24-hour stream? Probably not, Scott, because I live with my parents, my sister, and well, my dad has work. He gets up at usually about 6 every morning, 6, half 6. When I hit it, I don't know. NHF. As soon as I hit it, I'll start the plans in motion. And it could be a case that it's a 24-hour turnaround from hitting 5,000 to the stream, but it's a case of I don't know. It's a real case of when it happens, it happens. That's largely dependent on when we hit 5,000. It's not if, it's when. But I will say, I having the last couple of days with no YouTube, no content production from me at all. I have been thinking. I'm not Simulate! Why do people think I'm Simulate? We don't even sound the same! We don't even sound similar! He's got this radio voice and I'm some weird Irishman who thinks he can play Farm Sim. What map are we doing for 5,000? Depends on what's on the multiplayer at the time. I won't be changing the map on the server, I won't be changing the mods on the server. I do need to get the John Deere 7R on the server later tonight. So, Fahy, I'll send you a Google Drive link to that later. Hello, Peter. I'm 100% sure I'm not Simulate, mainly because I've never met Landy in person. And Sim has. Also, Sim tends to just annoy Silver, I tend to terrify him. The less said on that matter, the better in streams, actually. Kai Ryan is Simulate, and on Facebook group knows. Lewis, I don't know how or where you got that information, but it's horrifically wrong. I have Simulate on Facebook, and I can tell you his name is not Kai Ryan. Would I recommend ETS? Yes. Let's see the Scarify link. No, I'm actually getting behind with getting mods because I haven't updated my mod list, and I promised myself I'll do that before I get more mods. Hello, Sarah Ball. How are you doing today? I promised I'd update the mod list before I get more mods. I'm updating mods, but I'm not really getting new ones since I said that to myself. So hopefully later tonight, because I still have the page, well, the copybook. That has all my mods written out. It's just a case of getting links for them. So hopefully, I'll say this now. Hopefully tonight I won't get too distracted by my summer car or GE. Last night I was in GE at, like, I was just on the ball with GE. The last week or so I've been in my summer car, faffing about and doing things in that, and I've been enjoying it. This other grass work I'm doing, you think it'll fit in well. Well, have a look at it then, Matt. Not straight away, but I'll have a look at some point. Hello, Brandon. Good to see me again. It's good to be back. The 2-day break from YouTube, 2.5 day, I guess, was kind of unintentionally enforced. My hard drive was getting, well, it wasn't even my hard drive. The performance of my computer with GE and especially with GE, but even with Premiere when I was rendering videos, it was slowing and slowing and slowing and getting worse and worse and worse, and something wasn't quite right. So I just did a reformat. I had to. It was only going to get worse. It was only going to impact on more things over time. It needed to be done. So I do apologize for doing it on days where I was going to be streaming. I don't apologize for not bringing out content. Keeping my PC running is actually more important than making videos. Who's streaming after? Landy Kid is streaming after me today. He'll be streaming at about 7 o'clock. On, I think he said the map on Discord, but I can't remember what it is. In all honesty, I don't think it matters what map we stream. I think he said Lone Star. Don't quote me on that, but I think he said Lone Star. And thank you very much, Jakey, for subscribing. Welcome to the Rainbow Day Madhouse. Hope you enjoy today. 5 more likes just to hit 50? Wow. Can we hit 50? I would say before half an hour, but that ain't gonna happen. Can we hit 50 fairly sharpish? Hello, Christopher. What have you missed? You've missed me fertilizing this field. You now only have Uberbot. Oh my god. I got rid of Uberbot. Got banned from my Discord. Because that was just terrible. It didn't do anything I wanted it to do and just was spam. I've got an amazing memory. I do for certain things. Certain things it's just like, oh yeah, you said this 3 weeks ago. I did? Okay. Why did I ban Uberbot? It was just an invitation to spam, basically. Hello, Connor. You're actually here towards the start of a stream for once. You haven't missed the entire thing. Plus, in my defense, in my defense, for like a terrible memory this week specifically, I've been kind of distracted by pretty much, well, cleaning my PC, reformatting my main hard drive, actually reformatting both hard drives, making sure everything's running again, reinstalling all the what I consider core programs, so Photoshop, Premiere, Audacity, Instapic for Instagram. I'm actually putting that as a core program now. What else? Farm Sim, and I spent about 20 minutes a day having an argument, and oh, that is working now. Well, hang on a second. Hang on a second. If that's working now, then I can. Let me just put this scene up real quick. Huh. It's going to be a default font for now, but... Uh-oh. I've crashed Stream Warrior. If that works now, then I don't actually need the plugin I was using. Interesting. Hello, Fresh. Edit scene. Use that position. Let's, I just want to do this real quick, because I can. There. Subscriber message. Get that. Save changes. There we go. Just need to press Control F11 twice there. There we go. Hello, Fresh. Green River's more in the Netherlands. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look around for maps probably later today. You told your friend about me. Well, thank you very much, Sam. Hello, Farming Madness. I apologize for the little break there that I took. I was actually fixing something. And it'll be curious to see what happens here. Bjornholm 17 for the win. No, Fahy, I'm not playing Bjornholm again. It was an okay map in 15, but it was just kind of heartless and soulless. The cows in field 10 for me. Probably. 86 clubs? I'm seeing 85, Massey. They're animated cows. They're supposed to be there. You can get them to de-render. If you really, really want to. I don't see why you would, but you can. It requires GE, but you can get them to disappear if you really want to. That there. Lovely, 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 lovely. Hello, Farming Madness. It's gonna be curious how that thing works. Time for pizza. I hate you, Loke. That said, tomorrow I'm having tacos, so... Can I really complain about somebody having pizza when I'm having tacos tomorrow? Is that a thing I can do? You left him in the end? Yes. Sometimes things just don't work for you, ever. And decide to do weird things. That's something you'll just need to accept, Al. Has anyone noticed any FPS issues with those cows? No? Tacos or tapas? Tacos. What I'm going to do after ploughing, I'm actually going to be moving around different fields, dealing with them. But I do have this 6... Do we have Cinco de Mayo? No, we do not do Cinco de Mayo over here in Ireland. That's really an American/Mexican thing. It's not really celebrated in Europe at all. I believe it's based on an old Mayan tradition. Hello, Tony Price. You thought you broke your Thornton. I should make fajitas soon, but effort. Taco Bell? No! Good lord. As if I'd ever go to Taco Bell. What am I up to? Streaming, Tony. Streaming. which you should probably get from the fact you're in the stream chat. And why is that showing up the entire URL? Interesting. But something that I've kind of neglected to do for a little while, and it's kind of accidental, kind of intentional. If you guys are enjoying the stream, you want to see it better, you want to get maybe a bigger chat and bigger stream window, head over to YouTube Live or YouTube Gaming. YouTube Gaming is basically the same player, it's just blown up a small bit. It seems to run slightly differently, it seems to have better sound over there, it seems to be a bit louder, and have better depth of sound. And the chat is right beside the stream, but it's a nice kind of theater mode kind of thing. We kind of make burritos, kind of. But YouTube Gaming is, I think, a superior experience if you're just gonna chill and watch stream and chat. Sometimes it has weird little bugs, but 90% of the time it is better than watching it on normal YouTube. It's definitely something you should look into. If you do watch a lot of streams, maybe you should watch them on YouTube Gaming. Hello, Jack. Matt's headphones died, but he's back now. My headphones are gloriously good. If you ever want a good pair of headphones that are relatively cheap, Sennheiser HD201s? Yeah. Sennheiser HD201s, best headphones you can get on a budget. They don't have a lot of bass. They're more... I guess they're kind of DJ-ish headphones. They're not... You know, they're low budget. They're not mind-blowingly awesome, but the sound quality is great. The depth of sound is nice. And they're definitely something you should look into. And I'm not sponsored by Sennheiser. I wish I was, because then I'd have like proper professional headphones that are huge and a Sennheiser microphone and stuff like that. But I think everybody's got different tastes in headsets anyway. And these are just headphones. Bass. Yes, of course, because every chav loves lots of bass. Or 54 likes. Can we... You gotta be cheeky. Can we hit 100 likes now? You can't use earbuds. Same, Matt. Oh my god, I hate earbuds with a passion. They are terrible. I can't... No! These things, the over-ear, my ears are completely enclosed within these headphones. I am deaf to the outside world. I can hear that. But if somebody's trying to talk to me and I got these things on and I'm listening to music or on TeamSpeak or watching a video, I'm deaf. Completely deaf. Can't hear a thing. And it takes a bit of practice to figure out, you know, oh, I'm definitely talking at a good volume. You like bass too? You're a chav too, Landy. Everybody who likes bass is a chav. I like bass. I'm a chav. We're all chavs. Everybody's a chav. Chav Central, yo. And to be fair, Landy, you can't exactly say you're not a chav, considering what you were listening to last night. Ear Defender Sir 2. Wow! Your head's really picky. Logitech is also great. Logitech are more for gaming inputs. I think. You know, I obviously use the Logitech G27. That's the wheel I'm using at the moment. I used to have a Logitech mouse, but that kind of died, so now I'm using a SteelSeries. I also had a really cheap one from Aldi that was okay, but the cable was nowhere near long enough for what I liked. I actually have... So I've got Logitech speakers for whenever I actually bother using speakers. If I'm here by myself for a day, I will use the speakers. But definitely like 90% of the time, if not 99% of the time when I'm on PC, I'm using my headphones because they're just more comfortable. I have a Facebook message waiting for me. Oh dear. You're welcome. You're welcome, Landy. I was gonna read that out if it wasn't too bad, but no, that is not stream friendly. Oh, look at Faye with a subwoofer. Tony Price is heading off now. That's fine, Tony. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Come on. Do I have something weird on the settings? I don't know what's going on with my settings today. But before the stream, I had a very long, drawn-out and angry argument with FarmSim. Because started up the game, generated the My Games folder and the Farming Simulator 17 folder. And so okay, now I just need to swap it for the. Hang on, why is this in OneDrive? So I had to uninstall completely OneDrive from my computer. I said, okay, that's fine then. It then generated my documents in the C drive, which is my SSD, which I don't want stuff going on. So I had to change the documents folder to be on the D drive, which I know D is usually a CD drive, but that is actually my hard disk drive. And then I brought in my old folder, which has all of the saves, all of the everything, so nothing at all got lost. Except for like a small bit of progress on my map, which is I'm pretty much up to where I was already. Because I'm not spending 5 minutes saving it every damn time. Where am I from? I am from Ireland. You got homemade carbonara. Oh, very fancy farm boy Dylan. But you with your fancy carbonara. I don't know what I'm having for dinner. Hopefully, well, it's presumably something delicious. But I think. Do you remember what? Yes, I remember the A drive. Was that not on some systems actually the E drive? Or are you thinking of the old 5-inch floppies? Because I'm only really familiar with the 3.5-inch floppies that were introduced later. There is one around here somewhere. What part of Ireland am I from? County Tipperary. And that's all the information I'll ever give on the channel. More than likely. Because I like having my privacy, so I do. I do like it. One thing I did learn. If you have Windows 10 and you're having issues, put Windows 10 onto a flash drive of some description, whether it's an external hard drive like what I did or something. And you can, if you need to, format your hard drive and actually reinstall Windows without needing the key, from what I could see. Now I actually did buy a key for Windows 7 Professional, or Windows 10 Professional, so I'm running a slightly different version of Windows to what I used to, but by and large it's identical. Got some old floppies here somewhere from back in the 90s, wow. I can't even remember where I put the floppy that I have. It's just the one. What inch monitor do I have? Total or each? Because I got two 21.5-inch monitors, adding up to about 43 inches of monitor straight in front of me. That's because it's two monitors. It's technically curved. Hello, Crazy Call 620. How are you doing today? See you again, Tony. But if you are enjoying the stream today, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit share. It's something that we don't talk about nearly enough in the streams. Share the stream out to your friends, and you never know who'll like it and who'll come along. You got old Amstrad, oh my god, Anil Michael Sugar. Can't believe you actually had an Amstrad, man. Am I streaming tomorrow? Yes. Hello, Adrian Moore. I'm doing good, thank you very much, Crazy Call. You have an old Dell monitor, could that do your PC? Yeah, if it's an old CRT that runs what is it? VGA, you might have some issues. Most graphics cards now run either DVI or HDMI. Although I wouldn't recommend HDMI ever, it's terrible for PCs. Or DisplayPorts. So the 980 I have is DVI, DisplayPort, and HDMI. But I use DVI and DisplayPort. See, Oren, I guess. You had an Atari too. Wow, you really are old, Matt. My first games console was a of any description, I should add, was a Game Boy Color. Did I connect my monitor by USB? No, it's connected by DVI and DisplayPort. One is DVI direct, the other is DisplayPort via a VGA adapter. Or VGA via a DisplayPort adapter, because the 980 has no VGA ports. So I had to get a DisplayPort adapter so that I could use it, and that's what I did. 16. What about 69, David? Is that the number of likes we are on? Because we are aiming for 100. Never, ever, 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 ever use HDMI for PC. Never use HDMI, because you just end up with a blurry, hot mess as a display. Hey, I'm doing well today. How are you doing? Farming Madness, welcome back. And yeah, chat's doing that glitch thing that it does. I'm gonna hope that this doesn't break anything. So I just tab out real quick. And change, where is it? This over. Why is that doing that, I wonder? I'll need to have a look into that at some point. It does seem like I need to check Facebook after the stream. Peter, I would say spend 2 or 3 weeks. This is gonna sound me or weird. Spend 2 or 3 weeks just looking at the parts that you want to buy. Compare prices, compare different stores, compare whatever you need to compare and whatever you want to compare. And once you're 100% sure that you can't save any more money than what you currently have as your price, or you can't spend any less than you currently are going to spend, then you get it. Because if you rush buying stuff, then you buy stuff that's too expensive, or maybe overpriced by $10 or something like that. Because part of the fun is you're building something that's going to be worth, relatively speaking, a reasonable amount. If you were to put a Dell sticker on it, for example, and call it a Dell, and you're building it on the cheap, so you get the same stuff, but as cheaply as is humanly possible. Hello, Rafal and Massey5610. How are you guys doing today? What software do I use to make my thumbnails? I use Photoshop. I use Adobe Photoshop. And basically farm sim. I don't have any special program to take the screenshots themselves. I just press the print screen button, which I realize is still bound up to... ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah, no, that doesn't work at all. It's still bound up to Giazo, so I need to fix that. Hey, Ford7740. I'm doing good, Rafael. Thank you very much for asking. How are you doing today? I do understand, by the way, that ploughing isn't the most exciting of jobs, but it does mean that I can talk to chat just a bit more. Hello, Ross and Teddy with 3 Ds. How are you guys doing? If you are enjoying the stream, guys, hit like, hit subscribe, hit share, hit follow, hit me in the face. Join the Discord, because I'll probably be chilling out in Discord later on tonight and chatting to you guys in the general text chat at least. So I'll probably be on TeamSpeak. GPS. Fahi, no, I'm not using GPS. I'm too lazy for GPS. Sorry I didn't stream yesterday, Rafal. I was kind of busy reformatting my PC and getting everything reinstalled. Thanks for saying hi. I say hi to everyone, Ross. I'll try and chat to you guys as much as I possibly can during a stream and miss as few messages and chat as I possibly can. So chat's going relatively slowly. That's when I'm kind of at my happiest. Because do I know when VS Landia will be out? No idea. I have zero idea about that, Teddy. See you, Brad. Yeah, enjoy. Am I Irish? No, I'm actually French. I just sound very convincingly Irish because I've been practicing this accent for 25 years. GPS is so much better than what I can do manually. Was he not supposed to be working on that last week, Landy? And stuff like that. Then again, he does have, I don't know if he said in the video, so I'm going to be vague. He does have that thing coming up. That is going to give him, like, another week off. So, I mean, it could be very soon. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you for that, Eddie, because that question was never going to get answered. I suppose this is a good time to point out this is a family-friendly channel. I don't like touching on non-family friendly topics in the streams or in the videos. So if you do say something that ain't family friendly, you ain't gonna be around for very long. Certain things I'll let slide, and the mods I'll let slide. But certain other things, yeah, that's a goodbye. Ross, I am in fact French. I am also a troll and a very convincing liar at times. Faye's foot slipped a bit more. Faye doesn't take nonsense. What do I use to create my scenes for the streams? Do you mean like the BRB and stream starting, all that? That's also Photoshop, and to swap between them, and I've got them all kind of set up in XSplit. It's all XSplit that you're seeing basically, and Photoshop. Teddy the dog won. Okay, I'm doing good. How are you? Some of these names, yeah. This is probably the best way to plow right now, is go up one side and down the other. But on a serious note, I'm not actually French, I am Irish. I just enjoy answering questions I consider silly in a silly way. The Rainbow Dave logo is supposed to be there, fresh, because if I bring up the HUD, it's right beside where the HUD is. That's why it's exactly where it is there. How much is Photoshop? Very expensive indeed. Do the rest of the stream with the HUD up. for reasons of because. Your dog's name is Teddy111. It's a really strange name for a dog, dude. Now Fresh is jumping on the Bash Dave bandwagon. Yeah, Photoshop Elements is pretty much the same program. It does most of the same things. You can do pretty much everything the same in Photoshop Elements. And it is just a one-off payment. The biggest downside of Photoshop, and I wish they did this, is I'd love to buy Photoshop full version. Just a stable, full version of Photoshop without being committed to a monthly subscription or anything like that. And Adobe ain't doing that anymore. There's no... Apart from Elements, which is very stripped down, there's no single version of Photoshop that's single payment anymore. And full featured. Even if they were selling off, you know, CS6 or something, CS7. Maybe what, 50, 60 bucks a pop, maybe even 100. I'd get that and just be like, okay, well I got Photoshop now and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it does all make sense that he doesn't it? I'm enjoying the tire dirt mod. As you can see it in action here, where one set of tires is black and the other's brown. What does this mean, Dave? Hello, Rainbow Dave. Come to... I have no idea. That's French. I don't understand French. Means, hello, Dave. I am speaking French to you. Because French and reasons. Am I looking forward to Big Bud? Not particularly. I'm gonna be honest. It's... And I think this is a pretty popular opinion. It seems a bit pointless. I get why it's coming out. It's for the American fans of Farm Sim, and you know, it's to cater to the American market because there's a lot of European stuff. But in terms of gameplay, it's not really something that is, I think, worthwhile. I think Giants are making a bit of a mistake by making it a paid DLC. I can see why they are, because they gotta get licenses and all that kind of stuff. But I think Big Bud would have been better off as a free DLC, and then Giants bring out something really spectacular later on, like you know, Kubota or something like that. I don't know, it's something like French New Hollands or windrowers, even the self-propelled mowers they have in America. They call windrowers, like the No-Rower 240 and the Case mower and something like that. That'd be awesome to have in the Farm Sim. That I would get and I'd be excited about, because it's something that by and large isn't done very well by mods. Big Bud, however, has been done very well by mods and will probably continue to be done very well by mods, because I think there's going to be a large number of people who maybe want a Big Bud but don't want to pay for it and don't see the point of paying for it, because there's always going to be Big Bud mods. So I mean, I don't understand why Giants have made it a paid DLC. That's just my view. I can see why it is, but I can also wonder why they think Obviously they think it's going to be a profitable DLC, otherwise it wouldn't be a paid DLC. I just don't understand fully what they're trying to achieve. Because 90% of the European players, which is probably a decent proportion of the player base, ain't gonna want a big bud. The only people who do will be the likes of Landy, who really like the engineering that's gone into it. And but yeah, the simple answer is because of the amount of stuff that it's in there. There's what, 16 or 18 pieces of equipment in there, including the big buds, and the time taken to make it is why it's a paid DLC. But I can't help but get the feeling Giants might have wasted their time in a loss-making exercise. I can't see them. Well, they will make money out of Big Bud. They always make money out of DLCs. But I don't know. I can't help but get the feeling they could have spent the time and money on something else. I don't know what, but it's just the feeling I get. Hello, G-Truck. You're playing Northwest Texas on FS17. Very nice, Teddy. Don't get me wrong, I think Big Bud's a great DLC to come out. It's something new to Farm Sim. From Giants, at least. I just feel like they could have invested their time and money a bit better. Like by bringing out Windroars and kind of some American Moors and stuff like that, or a mixed Moor pack. Hey Charlie, and I will be eventually getting Big Bud. I will say that. I will eventually get Big Bud. Just out of completionism, and I'll probably get onto an American map where or even a European map potentially, where I think, hang on, Big Bud would be really cool here. Yeah, it's extra content. A lot of the YouTubers, I'm pretty sure, will buy it eventually. I know I will. I'm gonna wait until it's been out for a while, probably, but I will eventually get it. Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna buy it. I will. It's just something I think. Yeah, and it's mainly going to be for the equipment, because I think the tractors themselves maybe... Well, they're the selling point, but I think for me the real selling point is just the bigger equipment that's going to be available. Some more variety of equipment. That's what usually sells the DLC for me. And I think with Big Bud it is going to be the equipment variation there. Because you can make some interesting combinations then. I think Northwest Texas will work well with it. That's a map that was definitely brought out just for Big Bud. There's a few maps out now. Like there's a Quebec map on the mod hub, but that is most definitely designed around Big Bud. That is 100% designed for Big Bud to get on it, because those fields, from what I've been told, are insanely huge. And there's not a whole lot left. There's not a whole lot there. What racing game do I recommend for PS4? Assetto Corsa. It's on PS4, it's on Xbox, it's on PC. It's just a racing game I'd recommend. How far away is Orchard Farm? I don't know, Charlie, but Dave did say that he likes having maps with YouTubers for about a month before release. Texas map looks as big and very boring. Nice rolling hills, nothing. Yeah. It's kind of, from what you've been telling me, Landy, generic American map number 2 in 4X edition. Because it's just kind of really some nice terrain, but not a whole lot else there. And Orchard Farm, yeah. Orchard Farm, Dave's still actively working on it. It's not in final testing yet. It's, you know, some parts of the map aren't finished yet. He has openly said that. He's changing stuff up and just tweaking things and fixing errors that he knows about and fixing the bugs that he knew about before he even gave us the map. So it's going to be a few weeks for sure. But there's a big group testing it and looking at it and looking into it, and we're all very fond of the map and we all want to do as well as possible, so we're going to nitpick that thing to pieces as much as we possibly can. Central Valley is an unfinished map. Yeah. Isn't that Central Valley? I don't know. Put it in the mod training room for it. Because you might get an answer from, I don't know, Mr. L or somebody while I'm continuing to stream, because I won't just stop up the stream to read whatever it is you're needing to talk to me about. So I'll check it after the stream. Don't tag Dan, he's working, I think. Assuming it's not raining. Pretty sure Dan's working. I need to find the muscle spray that I have in my room somewhere. Because my right shoulder's really been painful for the last like 3 weeks. I think I've strained or somehow busted a muscle in it along the lines somewhere. And it's not been playing nice. Even before it's actually been dislocated for the last 2 weeks and I haven't noticed. Yeah, Landy can take a look. There's plenty of people in the mod training room who have a vague idea of how to moderate, including myself and Landy. Worded however you think it should be worded for. Hello, farming madman. How are you doing today? We have very similar logos, farming madman. Mine's just got a filter over the top and my name over the top. Your dad's friend got a new John Deere 6150R. It's much, much better than the Sammy. And miles better than a Ford 7000. Sammys are only good for scrap metal, isn't that right, Ford? Hello, Felipe. Could you speak English, please? I'm not entirely sure what you said there. Something about represented. A representative. Please only use English in the chat, because it's the only language we know. Basically, I do know bits and pieces of a few. But, you're getting a 5M instead of the Sammy. Oh, good lord. From bad to worse, Ford. I can't really say that. I don't know what a 5M is like in real life, but the 5M mod that's available for Farm Sim is a hot mess. Thoroughly do not recommend it. If you are enjoying the stream today though, guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe. Hello, Farmer Traff. There we go, Farmer Traff. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, share to Facebook and Twitter and whatever else. That is a home betraying detail there. That has been fixed. They're a nice tractor? Well, apparently in real life they're much better than in farm sim. Usually it's the other way around. Playing Rattlesnake Valley. Very nice map. Very nice indeed. Haven't touched Rattlesnake Valley. I think I need to just look up maps for the next couple of days and make some decisions on what I want to replace Penberlin with. Go ahead and say it for it. I'll actually check Discord just to see what's going on. Phone's still charging, and I have, oh my god, all of the notifications. Mainly from Facebook, from that one group chat that we've got going. I had Discord open today. Welcome back, Tony. Well, I've got to wait for that a little bit. Hope you enjoyed whatever you had to go do, Tony. Hope you didn't miss me too much. Missed the stream too much while you were gone. So, I think when we're done doing this, what I'll do is I'll do something a bit different. For the stream anyway. I know it's something I've been doing quite a lot lately, and yeah, still going. But I can speed it up now. And what I'll do is I'll go over to the church and I will chop up more wood, because we're kind of getting to the point where it's going to be quickest if I just make a giant pile of wood and move it with a telehandler into the trailer after the fact. So if I can at least make a giant pile of wood chips, that's going to be awesome, because I do need to actually get that area cleared out in the next game day. And I will be working on that off camera as well. Don't worry, it won't be constantly just the stream forever. But I do need to get that work done again. It is an ongoing project, and we will stop at pretty much what we've got. Because I think the whole landscaping storyline needs to take a new turn. Just deleting. I could do that, but they've already been chopped down, so they gotta be chipped. I will delete the ones that are underground, but the ones that have already been chipped or have already been chopped, I don't think you can delete them. Not without causing issues, for sure. We're up to on Farm Sim 17. We are still ploughing, Tony. And my Discord on my phone is not loading correctly. How wonderful is that? Close all apps, open up Discord, and I can check again. Ford, I couldn't disagree with you more with what you said in Discord. Trust me, what you said in Discord couldn't be more wrong, Ford. I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I'll put my thoughts in after the stream. But I suppose the time. Well, I suppose I might as well just let you guys know what's going to be going on the rest of tonight on YouTube, on the kind of mini network of channels we've got going here. I don't know what to describe it as, but it is basically a mini network. Landy Kid will be streaming at 7 o'clock GMT, so in about an hour's time, 3/4 of an hour's time. He'll be streaming on, I believe, Lone Star. And after Lanby, I believe the virtual farmer will be picking up the little stream train, and he will be, I think, doing some single player. So you guys have farm sim up until at least kind of 11 o'clock tonight, half 10, 11 o'clock. If you really want it, you can hop in and out of all the streams you really want to, but you really should check them all out. Subscribe to all of them. I think Chris the Irish Gamer might even go live tonight, if he's feeling particularly fat and sassy. You should subscribe to everybody. If you go to my channel page, click on the channel page, click on my name under the stream, go to the channel page, subscribe to everybody on the right hand side there. I think it's suggested or something like that. I can't remember what the name of the box actually is. There's a box there that I've set up with Simulate and Virtual Farmer, and I don't think Mike Murphy's in there at the moment. I don't think Dusty Dave's in there, but you should subscribe to Dusty Dave and Lancey Boy. Lancey has been streaming. Lancey, I got streaming last night, which was kind of cool. I was helping him out with that. Dusty Dave you should subscribe to. He's a really good map maker. As is Lancey. Lancey just makes insanely good looking maps. No matter what he tries, it always looks good. He's still learning, so there's, you know, teething issues with FS17 and that, but he makes good maps. Obviously OxygenDavid you should go check out. He pops in occasionally. Let's see a G stream again. Is that... Are you taking pot shots at me, Fahy? Because I know I ain't streamed G in like a year now. You know exactly why I ain't streamed G in like a year. See you, Blackout. Enjoy the rest of your day. It's a good chat going on the Discord at the moment. Speaking of, if you would like to get in contact with me out of the streams, Discord is probably your best bet, because I'm usually on there, and usually in general. If you got a question, somebody in my general chat will probably have an answer. If you got issues with Giants Editor, we do have a Giants Editor room in there, where myself and Matt and Fahy and a few other people who actually know what we're doing with GE, roughly speaking, will help you and guide you, and you can talk about your latest exploits in the editor. If you're getting into modding and mapping, it's probably a good place to go. Hello Ignacio, please speak English. Inglés por favor. Yeah, you should definitely... You like farming, yeah. I... Honestly, right now, I'm preferring Giants Editor. I'm enjoying building my map. It's frustrating and it's slow, but it's... It's enjoyable. It's nice watching it come together in front of me. And the slowest part is almost done. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy. The slowest part is the roads, by far. Once I got the roads in, it's all gonna be... Basically, I'll be putting a bunch of splines in to get hedges and stuff in. I need to reinstall the spline placement script, nuts, a couple other scripts. But it should come together fairly quickly. I am hoping to have it playable and at least going into testing by August. So within the next, what, 3 months, I'm hoping to have it somewhat finished. The spline list is mahusive. You only really need one spline for spline placement though. And the joy is you'll need one of the item you want to spline place. I do actually want to get some extra stuff into the map. What I'm thinking about it right now, which would be some specific textures and maybe a change of a model or two. But definitely there is gonna be a very... You want to revisit each spline. I don't see why you'd want to do that, Matt. Because with the spline placement, what I do is I make the spline, calibrate everything to suit the item I'm placing, and once it's placed, I just need to fine tune it a bit. Sometimes I'll find myself duplicating once. Like one small item somewhere just to fill up a little gap that shouldn't be there. Or shuffling stuff about, but it should be fine. Rich, apparently this is Irish for saying hello. More or less. It's a very formal hello. But it is hello. The response to that is Dear Smurridge. Just in case you didn't think I could, you know, speak Irish. You walk into a shop in the Gaeltacht and Dear Smurridge. The start out on come on. What's that? Cool fame. You might change your hedge for fence and add some trees. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of doing that, but kind of in two minds. There's definitely some areas that I think need to be hedges, need to be fences, need to be walls, and currently they're all hedges. So we'll need to change bits and pieces, but it's gonna come together in time, and that's gonna be one of the fine-tuning things. Some of us can't even understand their own language. Most Irish people can't generally understand Irish. Technically speaking, everybody in Ireland's bilingual. Actually speaking, yeah, no. See you, Ford. Don't go and run off again for months at a time. But for those of you who might be wondering, this is me back now, full time. Well, for the time being at least, because there's some other stuff coming up during the summer, where I will be potentially offline for a week or two. And again, it's unavoidable. We're getting I think we're getting the hall refloored, and that should only take maybe a couple of days, but it will be a case of I can't stream or record during that period. And then there's the real disruption, because I didn't really mention this, but at some point in the next couple of months, more than likely, I'm definitely gonna have to stop streaming and stop recording videos for at least a few days, because we're getting every window in the house replaced. My window at the moment is, I think, double glazed, but the seals are all gone and destroyed and all that kind of stuff, and it's just letting in cold air constantly. And on top of that, we're getting insulation put into the house at long last. So up until now, the house hasn't had any insulation, so I've basically been reliant on a space heater in the winter and opening my windows in the summer. With insulation, I'm hoping that'll kind of mitigate that issue at least a bit. Getting to Truck Fest on the 1st and 2nd of July, that's perfectly fine. You gotta go? See you, love. Enjoy the rest of your day, sir. Hope you have a wonderful day. I need to move that cable because that's getting on my nerves. It's also just slightly in shot, which is annoying. By the way, this cable here is actually for my LED light that I'm using as a quasi-studio light of sorts. It's shining in my face and blinding me if I look up at all. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying Thornton, if you're enjoying my choice of equipment and the bit of the chat we're having, well, number one, feel free to say hi in chat. Number 2, hit the like button. Number 3, subscribe if you haven't already. And do hit share. Share to Facebook and Twitter and I don't know what else you can share it to, but share it to them too. You need to probably check what you can share things to on Facebook. Or not on Facebook, on YouTube. Because I genuinely have no idea what all the share options are. Google Plus is definitely one, because it's YouTube and Google. First time you'll be going to a truck and truck fest. Or in a truck to truck fest. Very nice, Dylan. That sounds that sounds fun. Hello, Mark. Bonjour. How are you doing today? Ah. Oh. You know the feeling when your throat gets just that bit too dry and you actually develop that kind of really horrible dry scratching feeling in just one particular spot. That's what just happened there. I kind of quacked at you. You guys. And yeah, I need to get more water and stuff in here, I think. It's way too late. Mark, you should know better at your age. I mean, you're what, 702? You should know better than that, dude. Are you do these all? What, Tony? I have no idea what you're trying to ask there. If you're asking if I'm going to be doing this all stream, no, I'm about to stop plowing and head over to the second project that I've got ongoing. Something that I'll be dealing with off camera as well. And the plowing will be done partially off camera. The plowing, by the way, if I'm bringing you guys over to the map overview, is because all the fields need plowing except now field number 2. And I actually own all the grass fields. So all the grass fields need to be plowed up. What side of field number 2 actually? Yeah, okay, so I got 90% of it done now. Hello Wade Fowler, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. Monster has an extremely strong coffee in his hand. How many likes we at? Because we are aiming for 100. You missed the stream yesterday? No, you didn't, Wade. There was no stream yesterday. I was dealing with a computer issue the last couple of days, so there have been no streams so far this week. This is the first stream of the week. A bit later than anticipated, but yeah. It's 71. We're, what, 29 away from that? 73. 27 away. If you haven't hit that like button yet and you are enjoying the stream, hit it now. Come on, let's get those likes going. Let's get that like button melting. Hello Stan Lomas, how are you doing? So we are very nearly done with this field. Much to the happiness of people who are annoyed with the fact that I've been ploughing for the last hour and a half almost. Which, granted, yes, it's boring, but it, you know, gives me more time to talk to you guys. I don't need to pay all the attention to the game. Hello, William. Welcome back forward. I don't know what's been going on in Discord, but glad to see you back again, forward. I'm doing well, Wade. Thank you very much for asking. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you guys have a good week. It's Friday and I'm only talking to you guys for the first time directly. Oh my god, I feel terrible. How was your guys' week? Did you have a good week? Did you enjoy it? Did you survive at the very least? You didn't die this week. I hope nobody died this week. Ford probably did 6 times, but I mean that's Ford. Hello, Dara McAvoy. Plowing's cool. Only the coolest people are willing to do an entire stream of plowing. But fear not, because there is another job that needs to be done. And it's forestry, so we're going to go from one end of the farming spectrum to the other. We're going to head over to our... what is basically our forestry area right now. Fahy is OCD, for those of you who are new. Fahy's been around for a long, long time. He's a... I count him as a personal friend at this point, same with Mark. By the way, Mark, feel free to add me on Facebook. You know, well, you know my details, so you can add me from the group chat there if you want. Hello, Dave. How are you doing today? Am I going to stream tomorrow? Yes. I normally stream Wednesday through until Sunday. Unfortunately, I had to basically reinstall my PC this week to do with an ongoing, what was an ongoing technical issue that has now been repaired. Yay, forestry, said no one ever. Don't worry, it's going to be fun because I'm going to be throwing logs at a wood chipper. So that's, I think, field 2 now done. Yep. Apart from 2 little specks that I don't really mind. So let's tab on down to the forestry area that I'm working on, which is right down here. Let's fast track. Where's my fast track gone? Was the fast track a mod that I installed at some point? Oh yeah, I was setting up for the... yeah, I know what happened there. What time am I starting tomorrow? Hopefully about 2 PM GMT until about 6 or 7. Be 2 or 3 until 6 or 7. Hopefully. How long is this stream going to be? It's going to go for another half hour or so. Forward, I do plan on using the kilovats. Don't worry. You've got a couple of plowing competitions. Very nice, then. I do plan on using the caravans. I do also plan on getting rid of some equipment in the very near future and coming up with reasons for it. Because I think we've got too many tractors at the moment. Just a bit too much equipment. But I'll figure that out. Tomorrow and Sunday are going to be multiplayer streams. You can see that I've got a buttload of liquid fertilizer set there. That's going to be hidden somewhere in the map. Because technically I don't own that. Twins and the Kervits maybe. Perhaps. But for now we're going to head over with the JCB fast track to... You're Not My Twin Brother. Too many tractors, yeah. I've got 4 or 5 tractors on this map, and that's too, I think I've got 5, and that's too many. Realistically, 3 is probably a better number. Two or three is probably the best number. But just haven't decided what I want to get rid of yet. So you can see what all we gotta get rid of here. There's quite a lot of stuff that needs to go. But as well as that, the sawdust mod is going to start causing problems now, because that is going to interact with every single piece of wood we cut and create even more wood chips. Need to pull this out over into... I'm going to bring this out into a central kind of area here-ish. Yeah, that'll do. Actually need to move the fast track out of the way. Fast track can go over there. Should do a video with the Defender. Plan it eventually. And let's get that turned on. And actually did have some... Oh, it had quite a lot of wood chips in it. So I'm going to create a big pile there. Is the music okay, by the way? Because it seems very loud to me. But that might just be on my end. So when I said the sawdust mod will cause problems, I'm going to chop this piece of wood. And you can see there's now wood chips down there. That's sawdust. Or it's supposed to be sawdust. It's wood chips, really, but it's acting as sawdust. Which in real life would be an issue. An issue. There we go. So, okay. If you want to scoot like that, that's fine. So I'm just going to throw all this wood over to where it's actually going to be useful. Which is over by the wood chipper. We are just going to create a huge humongous pile over there. Because it's what kind of makes sense in this situation. Both of wood and of wood chips. It's a bit loud. Quite loud. Tiny bit loud. Well, I can fix that. Mr. Landy Kid sent me a message. Oh no, it was the same message as earlier where he was telling me where to go. Just turn that down a small bit. There we go. Is that better? I think that's better. That seems... No, a bit more loudy. There we go. That just sounds better now. Is everything sounding good to you guys? Season's mod almost released? Yes, it is, from what I understand, in final testing now. And I believe they're going to try and have it released during the mod contest. I believe the aim is for them to enter into the mod contest, but don't hold me to that. What time am I going to? I'll go to about 7 o'clock, so we got about 25 minutes of this. And then Landykid will be streaming after me. I believe Fresh Eggs is... Oh my god, Old McDonald. Some things never change. I believe Virtual Farmer will be streaming after Landy. Hello, Ghost Rider. The pattern is empty. You may buzz the tower. How are you doing today, Ghost Rider? Hello, Gold Plays. How are you doing today? And come on, guys, let's hit the 100 likes. It took us half an hour to get to 50, and the second 50 seems to be causing you guys problems. With an oink oink here and an oink oink there, here and oink there and oink everywhere and oink oink. Old MacDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O. Hello, Duck Kenny 9. How are you doing today? Season 1 on the Mod Hub. It is not currently available. RC Monster. I have a pre-release version. It's actually an old pre-release version at the moment. But they are testing out features and adding features pretty consistently at the moment, or have been. I think they've kind of nailed down what they would describe as a version 1 release candidate. So I'm just going to move that slightly. There we go. Go Players, I'm doing very well indeed. How are you doing? Actually, down the Top Gun quote is negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. This is probably my ringtone. I'll have you know my ringtone is just a random noise from my phone. I think my ringtone is just like a default ringtone. How many Mayhens do I have? What? I don't know what a Mayhen is. Let's get this chopped here-ish. Am I 4? Yes. I turn 4.5 next month. But you guys know that I like having one troll song in the playlist. Landy, that is also true. Seeing as I blacklisted the one number from India that kept ringing me and trying to sell me something nonsensical, nobody actually does ring me. Hello, Murders and Polski, how are you doing today? Seasons is going to bring the game forward. It's not going to turn into a simulator directly, Charlie. You've seen how I've kind of been forced to play. It is more simulatory now with Seasons installed. But there are a couple of other mods that you'll probably need to make it a full-on simulator, like more realistic and probably soil mod as well. If you get those 3 mods in, you've got something very closely resembling a simulator. Because Farm Sim, the way that it works now, especially with the Sawdust mod actually, you get a lot closer to a simulator because you make a mess whenever you do forestry. Farm Sim as it is now is very arcadey. It's a sim-light. It's a sim-like game. Like, it's claiming to be a simulator, it's got some simulator elements, but it's not really a simulator. It's simcade at best, to use racing sim terms. Simcade, for those of you that don't know, is a mix of simulator and arcade. It's an arcade game with simulator elements, which I feel describes Farm Sim very well. It's a very much arcade based the way that it works. But Landy called me all the time. No, Landy doesn't love me enough to call me. Welcome back, Sam. But not much is up. Just doing a bit of wood chipping at the moment. Making an unholy mess here in Thornton with the Sawdust mod and chipping up all the trees. I do actually like how the Sawdust mod works for this very specific kind of roleplay-esque element. Because this, of course, is a roleplay map, so having the mess here makes sense. And it gives me something that I could do a video on, you know, where I get the phone call and I'm told, hey, you made a horrific blooming mess over here. Come clean up what you've done. Fix your mess. And that could be a video very quickly and very easily. It probably will be a video very quickly and very easily. I've even got a couple of ideas of how I could do it. Come on, get out of the other tree, dang it. This is 2 trees stuck together at the moment. There we go, it's got out of the other tree. So let's get this chopped up. Yeah, this is a Sawdust mod. Also, yeah, Landy doesn't actually have my number. Sim does. And I think Landy and I both have simulates. But Landy didn't have my number because... well, he's more than welcome to have it if he wants it, but... I don't really think there's much of a need for him to have my number. Same with Sim being blunt. Just kind of a thing at this point that I have his number. Okay, let's put that there for a second. Move this over here. So this is the fun bit, I think, of forestry, is figuring out what bits of wood you need to do what with. The trees' leaves look so flat. They do, but at a distance they look fantastic. This is actually a texture modifier within seasons. FS17 spec trees do get a little modifier put on them that changes the textures depending on what season it is. Same with Hades. And they look quite nice in spring, I'm going to be honest. Summer is just the default textures. Autumn looks spectacular, and winter looks amazing. Autumn is by far just the most colourful season because everything is just different colours. Hello, Ronan McGlue. How are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. We got about 15 minutes left in the stream. Let's get that in there. There we go. Lovely. And we'll grab the... That should fit in, no problem at all. Mostly. Perhaps, maybe. Come on. You. There we go. Just want to make sure this is actually outputting. Yes, it is. Wonderful. Get more money by taking the branches off. Only if you're selling them as logs, Ghost Rider. If you are if you're chipping the wood, it doesn't actually matter. And I'm chipping the wood because in the storyline, this ain't the right kind of wood. I've got a bunch of production plants that take wood. This ain't the right kind. I need evergreen wood from the fir trees or the pine trees, or whatever you want to call them. That's the only wood that can go into them. That's the right kind of wood. That's the better wood. This is just junk wood. It's half dead. It's been growing up rotten all its life and just being cleared out of this yard for wood chips. Nobody around here actually wants this kind of wood. So the only thing I can do with it is chip it up and use it for fuel. How's that for introducing roleplay into the stream? Because I do remember the storyline I wrote for that. I say wrote, came up with that on the fly, and I should point out, none of the roleplay is ever written. It's not scripted as such. I get ideas and I roll with them as I have them. It's very traditional pro wrestling-esque, I think. Kind of modern pro wrestling-esque because everybody knows it's fake. But it's not horrifically scripted. And, well, it is directed by an idiot, but it's an idiot who actually knows and cares about what he's doing. And yeah, that's Harry physics. Yep, that, yeah. Hello, Kevin Myers. It's ad-libbed, yeah. There is, you know, certain things that I have planned in advance. I have a full lawn care episode planned in advance. Or a lawn care style episode. It's an idea that Sim just flat out gave me. It's not something that he's done on his channel. It's something that maybe wouldn't fit his channel, but would fit mine better. I haven't seen the size of the manure spreader that comes with Big Butt, actually. But then, now that you've said that, I'm interested. Considering I've got a fascination with spreading manure. Or using manure spreaders for whatever. Can I get that to chip? Can I get this to chip, actually? Come on. Flip into... You surely chip this way, come on. You know you want to... Yay! There we go. Kind of. Sort of. Maybe. Perhaps. There you go. And... Ooh! 2% wood chips. Empty. Okay. I always get a bit paranoid when I see a number there that's non-zero. Because I know this pile will fill up eventually, it's just a case of when. So unload. No, I'm using my... Well, definitely not with compost anyway, because I'm using my modified... Or... Not with manure, maybe with default compost master stuff. And Dave, the spread can be whatever I want. I've got the various spreading with mod. Put them in thick end first. No, that's boring. They don't physics if I put them in thick end first. Yeah, mowing and spreading done. There. Excuse me while I... There we go. I had to make some physics happen there. Also, I'm using a far more sensitive mouse than I have been using for the last month or two, so... I'm using my good mouse again. Yep, that's how physics happens. Are we bailing or power dragging? No, I like mowing. Mowing's nice and relaxing. Like, there's sometimes that I'll come into Farm Sim and I will just pick up a mower and go. That's why I do the lawn care stuff. It isn't like me copying Sim, it's just occasionally I'll decide, hey, I quite want to do some manure or some mowing. So I'll think up a lawn care episode so that I've got an excuse to do it in video and, yeah, make some ad revenue out of it. We got about 10 minutes to go today. So, let's just put that there, so maybe it doesn't physics as much. Or, you know, the physics off in one direction, but doesn't matter too much. Has this been cut? Yes. How far under the ground? Oh, it's fine. There you go. I think this log is glitched. Slightly. Perhaps. I don't know. No, it hasn't. It kind of has, but not in the way that I thought. There. Yep! Am I on a laptop? No, I'm on PC. It's just that I'm using a much more sensitive mouse than I was before, and it's kind of catching me out of it. If he doesn't cheat in single player, he cheats something horrible in multiplayer though. But with a few minutes left in the stream today, guys, I would like to say, if you're enjoying the stream, and if you have enjoyed the stream, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. You're all welcome to join the Rainbow Madhouse. I normally have subscriber notifications turned on, but we're kind of waiting. There's a few of us waiting on Streamlabs, who provide the notifications for us very kindly, for free, to actually do some fixes and change a couple of things about how it works, because as things are, unfortunately it's unusable, because it facilitates trolling as opposed to prevents it. So we're kind of working with Streamlabs as much as we can to get it to where we can use their notifications and announcements and stuff again. I will have to rent a stump grinder down here, as it turns out, because that log there is a stump. That is as low as I can cut that. And Chris, if he does, Chris said he'll be doing a karaoke stream tonight. He'll be doing all of the singing himself with absolutely no accompaniment. And he'll be playing SingStar. Ron McGlue! Oh! Ron McGlue, thank you for joining the Rainbow Day Madhouse. I've just spotted that. That's the first time that's actually gone off today. You are too, Chris. Don't lie. Chris is doing a karaoke stream. He's going to do nothing but singing. celebrate the fact that it's a Friday and he... I don't know, he enjoys Fridays. I just love singing so much. You can't stop singing, ever. This thing's almost empty, wow. I might have to get a fuel bowser out about on the map. now Faye's joining in, so you know it's a thing now. Oh no, Chris is a good singer. He's a good singer for somebody who's completely tone deaf. See you, Landy. Enjoy your stream. So, how did I manage to get this to happen? Who was it that said load these in fat end first? Because that didn't work that time. Oh, dang it. Ah, that'll do. Thin end first, away we go. We are doing... Ooh. That's quite the pile of wood chips to have created in like 20 minutes. Granted, we haven't actually had to cut down any of the trees, but that's still somewhat impressive. I like using the word somewhat whenever I can. I don't know if you guys have actually noticed it, but I do. I use some really fancy and old-fashioned words from time to time. Like thrice. Thrice I like. Don't get to say thrice nearly as much as I'd like to. Can this feed in at all? Oh, it can. Fantabulous. So this is going to be my little pet project for the night by the looks of it. Because I would like to get some Thornton recorded over the coming day or two. Lots of tidying for me to do. It'll be a video. The Reverend is not very impressed at the moment with how untidy the yard is, and of course they're having the church fete here in the next couple of days, so we're gonna have to tidy this place up a lot before that happens. And they're not changing the date of it, so we do need to get to work pretty heavily and pretty quickly. I'll finish this off camera. Probably. I just heard something chipping. Did I accidentally throw something into the wood chipper? I'll finish this off camera probably tonight, because I'll be bored at some point and just start playing Farm Sim. This is slowly turning into the new mowing for me, is just throwing things into the wood chipper. But we are getting very, very close to, in fact, being done with this little project that we've had going on for the last few weeks. We are on the final like spike, guys. I am finishing up the stream. Final like spike. If you enjoyed the stream, hit like, hit subscribe, hit share, hit me in the face. Call me a funny name if you want, I don't care. Can we hit 100 likes before I call it a day? I think we can. I'd like to say we can. But I believe in you guys. I got a lot of trust in you guys. I got a lot of faith in you guys. I like to think that 100 is a realistic target for every single stream. Poor Faye had to be very smelly today with the John Deere. He thinks all John Deeres are smelly. I think 100 is a realistic like goal for every single stream I do. 7 more likes? I think there's 7 people here who haven't liked the stream. I'm almost sure of it. But I am going to call it a day. A couple of minutes early, but I'm going to call it a day here, guys. Hope you did enjoy the stream today. If you did, hit the like button on your way out. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I will leave you by saying I've been Rainbow Dave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on Thornton Farm, where this churchyard is looking very, very empty all of a sudden. This specific area is looking very, very full. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Until next time, stay safe. And I'm totally not... just biding my time here. Stay safe. And goodbye.